Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. We are officially, when I'm filming this, 10 days away from Christmas, and I wanted to bring out some of my non-traditional eyeshadow palettes, and I wanted to create an eyeshadow look with these non-traditional eyeshadow palettes. And now what I mean by non-traditional is it's going to be a Halloween palette, and we're going to do a holiday look with it. So if you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews, subscribe to my channel, and let's get into this palette right here. We're going to be using the Strange and Unusual palette. This is by Bella Beaute Bar. This is it's a Beetlejuice themed palette, and I have challenged myself for the 12 days of Christmas to create a Christmas look with a Halloween palette. So if you guys can see here, this has a lot of purples, it has some reds, it has some greens, it also has some beautiful like duochromes in it. I think we can create a Christmas look today. Not necessarily, I want to go outside the box. I want this to be Christmas. I don't want it to be Halloween. So if you guys have the Bella Beaute Bar and you want to know how you can use it outside of Halloween, let's go. I think the first shade we're going to use is this one right here. It's called Recently Deceased, and it is neon. This is a neon green. That's okay. We're okay. Everything is okay. Let's pat out my eyelids real quick. Just pat, 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 pat. Patting out my eyelids, and then we're going to use Recently Deceased from the Bella Beaute Bar palette. This is just a fluffy like crease brush. I'm going to slowly work this onto my eye, and we're going to build it up. If we're doing Christmas and it's going to be neon-y, it's going to be electric green, and this kind of reminds me of the Grinch. So we're just slowly building this up. I did use this palette on Halloween because I was like, I need to use it. I created a really cool like green look with it. Actually, ironically, I was wearing this sweater too. I'm pretty much just like diffusing this all over my lid, all the way up into the crease, and we're just doing an all green look today, I think. I think an electric green will be really pretty, especially if I can like pull off what I'm thinking it's going to look like. Okay, there we have like the brightest eyes on the planet right now, and they're green. So we're going to also take another green shade. I just kind of want this to look like a Christmas tree, and then I think we're going to be using one of my new vinyl ink lipsticks from Maybelline, and we're going to use that. So it's going to be a contrast between like green, red, and then I'm wearing a red sweater because they are complementary colors on the color wheel. Let's use Beetlejuice, which is the like, this looks so gross, but it is this olivey shade right here, and we're just going to deepen out to the outer corner. And again, I want this to kind of reflect a Christmas tree. So actually, it kind of reminds me of the Grinch too. So we're just taking this on the outer corner, and I'm going to blend all the way to like the middle of my eye right there. And actually, when it's layered on top of that neon shade, it doesn't look like terrible at all. It's more of like, I'm not going to say it's an emerald green, but it is really pretty. Now we're going to be using the Sandworm, which is this shade right here. It's like a white duochrome, and it has some reflex of like different colors in it. It to me reminds me of snow. So we're going to use this one all on the inner corner. First, I'm going to use my finger, and then we'll see if it needs a little bit more pow with like a wet brush or something. But we're going to use Sandworm. So pretty. That is really pretty. It doesn't look like snow. It's just snowing on my eyes. And now I'm going to take Lost Souls, which is like, this is a green duochrome. It goes from like a gold to a green, and I think it's really pretty. It has a little bit of a reflective, like an orangey red in it too. I think I'm going to put this on the inner portion of my eye. So again, we're going to use my finger. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. I think this is just going to add a little bit right here. right on the middle portion of my lid. Oh yeah, that just totally like amped it up. That looks really pretty. Now I'm just going to take, I have a little flat brush and we're going to blend these two together right where they meet. Cause like it's just, there's a little bit of a line. Like so. And I just want to pack a little bit of a punch. So we're going to put it on this little brush. We're really going to pack it in right on the inner corner. So pretty. Okay. I personally like it. Now I feel like I need to go in on the bottom lash line, maybe with a little bit of red down here. Are we going to do red? Sometimes I feel like red makes your eyes look like you have pink eye, but if I do this right, it could look really pretty. So we're going to take Lydia, which is this shade right here, and we're going to just do like the middle portion of my eye, because let's do red and green, because that's Merry Christmas, right? Plus, if I were to mix the red and green on the top lid, they would turn to brown, because like color theory, you know. So right now it's looking a little chaotic, and we're going to use that same like duochromy green shade on the bottom lash line, and then we'll finish it off with Sandworm. So Lost Souls, which is that dewy greeny shade, that's going to go more so on like the lower half of my eye. We're going to blend it in with the red, because I don't know if I like it. But I feel like this shade will marry it all together. So we're blending it into the red. Then I'm going to take that same teeny tiny little flat brush. We're going to use Sandworm, which is that like white duochrome shade, and we're going to just pop this more on the inner corner and drag it into the lower lash line. It's freezing rain right now outside. So if you guys can hear that, yeah, it's freezing rain. It's attempting to snow, but it's not quite there yet. So now that's pretty. It kind of reminds me of the Grinch. And I think we're going to finish off my makeup look with that white shade. It's a matte white. This one right here is called Barbara. And cleaning off my brush that we used for the crease, which you can see here, and we're going to use this, and I think I'm just going to lightly dust it right on the brow bone. See the difference, how it kind of like, it just washed it out enough at my brow bone as opposed to not being. And then I want a fluffy brush because it really just helps diffuse the color a little bit better. That's really pretty. I like it. I like it. I think that that is really stunning. So I have 3 different Maybelline inks. The first shade I have is 105 Golden. This is very like orangey. The next shade we have is 100 Charmed. This one is a little bit more like mauve-y toned. You can see the difference, like one is really orangey. And then we have this shade, and this shade is 10 in Lippy. And this one is like a berry shade. I think this is the one that we're gonna go with today, like green, red, or maybe we'll go with like the orangey shade, because that would be really pretty with the orange, like the green and the orange. So yeah, we're gonna do 105 Golden. I do have swatches of these up on my channel. They were a part of a YouTube short. So go check those out, but this is the, I think that's really pretty. Really, really pretty. Very neutral, so we might mix it a little bit. So this is 105 Golden. That's really pretty. Now I think we're going to just put a little bit of Lippy right in the middle. Look at me layering up lip colors. When have you guys ever seen me do that on my channel? Because I like never do that. Okay. Now let's put on my mascara, and I'll show you guys the completed look with the mascara, because right now my eyes are just like I don't have any lashes. Where are my lashes? Where did they go? Because they're gone for good. Welcome to my hot mess of hair. Here is the completed makeup look using the Bella Beaute Bar Strange and Unusual palette from Bella Beaute Bar. This was a Halloween palette that they released in 2022, and we used it to create a Christmas eyeshadow look, and it is really pretty. Like, this reminds me of like Christmas lights on my tree, or like some snow on my tree, especially with like the really pretty lip. And then we did a little bit of like red down here, and that I don't like so much. I think that was it was an okay choice, but the diffusing of that duochrome really did help a little bit. But this is really pretty. There it is. We created this eyeshadow look with this Halloween palette from the Bella Beaute Bar Strange and Unusual palette, and it looks Christmassy. Looks really Christmassy. If you guys want to see more looks on how you can transition that Halloween palette into more of a everyday look or even a Christmas look, I hope you consider subscribing, and I hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye!